Hello everyone, welcome to EGC Connect. It's another Champions Night 2019. Today we'll be taking it into the street. We'll be asking some questions which are, what are your goals for 2020? What are your visions for 2020? So join me as I step into the street to get answers to these questions. Your visions for 2020?
Wow, that was a great question. So my dream, my hope, my prayer year 2020 is to become a senior developer in Google. By 2020, I should become a Google developer. That was my prayer, my goal. Thank you.
So what are your focus for 2020?
My focus is just to go back to my HND, which is higher national diploma.
2 months is just away from 2020. So what are your plans for 2020?
Just to study abroad, just to further my education.
What are your focus for 2020?
My focus are much, but I'll just mention few. My focus is to be a better me, to improve on every facet of my life, academically, spiritually, mentally, psychologically, in all areas. Just to be a better me.
What are your plans for 2020?
Yeah, 2020 is going to be good. Though there's nobody that doesn't have plan. Fine. So I want 2020 to be good for me, so that things will be moving fine, very, very, very okay. You know, when 2020 is come, I know things will be good. I don't know whatever.
Okay, so what are your visions for 2020?
Hey, 2020. Hey, my vision is say they can be the best footwear seller for this Naija as they go. 2020 go be your powers all over the world. Thank you.
Good evening, church. Good evening, Emmanuel Gospel Church youth. My name is Ademola, and it's another Champions Night, a program dedicated to celebrating champions. It is my privilege to be talking to you tonight on the theme of the Champions Night called A Focused Mind. I'd like to appreciate the youth department for giving me this opportunity. What does it mean to have a focused mind? Let me start with this analogy. Everyone has a goal, everyone has a vision, everyone wants to succeed. But what is the difference between you and everyone? A focused mind. How focused can you be when you have a goal? How focused can you be when you have a vision? I'd like to share some tips with us tonight that will help us remain focused, or that could give us a focused mind. The first tip I'd like to share is distraction. We are all surrounded by distraction. To keep a focused mind, you need to identify your distraction. Take, for example, social media could be a form of distraction for a student who is preparing for an exam. And social media could also be a tool in the hand of a marketer who is trying to reach thousands of people. So when you identify your distractions, you need to define these distractions. Once you define the distractions, write them down on a piece of paper and try to eliminate the distractions. Another thing I would like to share with you is focus on one thing. When you focus on one thing, you're able to see clearer. You're able to see specifically. I'll give you this analogy. If I'm looking at someone in the church, one person, I could tell what color of clothes the person is wearing easily. I could tell what type of shoe the person is wearing easily. I could tell if the person has a wristwatch or not. But if I'm looking at the entire church and someone randomly asks me, what is this person wearing? I may have the person in sight, but I may not be able to specifically identify the color or what kind of a cloth the person is wearing. So when you focus on one thing, you're able to see clearer. And also note, not everyone has the ability to multitask. and not all situations require you to multitask. So try as much as possible to focus on one thing. Another tip I'd like to share is celebrating the present or celebrating your wins. Many of us are stuck in the past. Many of us worry about the future. Being stuck in the past, you do not like the decisions you've made in the past, and it is affecting your present. Take, for example, you were not supposed to have done something in the past. You were supposed to have been at a particular place in the past. You were not supposed to hook up with someone in the past. But this is your past. There is nothing you could do about the past. The past is gone. The future, it is good to set goals for the future, but the future will not come if you do not deal with the present. Set the goals for the future. Do not worry about the future, but work on the present. Celebrate the present. Whenever you achieve any little win in the present, try as much as possible to celebrate it. Stay in the present, not in the past, and do not worry about the future. The last tip I would like to share with you is don't stop. I started with identify the distractions, eliminate the distractions, focus on one thing, celebrate your win. Now, despite doing all of this, it is still possible for you not to succeed. When you do not succeed after doing all of this, it means you have not failed. But there are points for you to learn. Learn those little points that is necessary. Work on those little points and use those points to better the future. Tonight, I want to believe that we have great speakers who will be talking to you on what it means to have a focused mind. Come with a mindset of learning one or two things. Take your pen, take your book, write it down. And I want to believe before you leave tonight, you will have a different perspective. I am wishing you a wonderful celebration. I'm wishing you a good Champions Night. Have a great evening, church. Thank you.
We've come to the end of the show, and I hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, EGC Youth Champions, and drop your comments down the box. Thank you.